Hello, my name's Sharice, and for my paper I did sickle cell disease. And sickle cell disease is an inherited lump of disorders, and basically it is when the red blood cells don't have enough oxygen, so they sickle and they can get stuck throughout the body and cause blood clots, which is problematic in itself, but also produces a lot of symptoms such as pain in the joints, dizziness, fatigue, lower amounts of oxygen, and delayed development. Sickle cell is basically treated with medication, mostly for the pain, and this disease can be traced back to parts of Africa, and it is most prevalent in people of African descent. Around 300,000 people are born each year with sickle cell disease, and 2/3 of those infants being in Africa. People who have the sickle cell trait have some form of protection from the deadly disease malaria, which is caused by mosquitoes. And in 1949, Dr. Raper of East Africa, he was the one who first introduced the idea of sickle cell, and this was the idea that people had protection from the disease. And then over the disease, treatment has progressed. Some of it is from opioids, and that is for the pain that comes with the disease. Morphine is actually the most common opiate used and is usually administered through an IV. When people have escalated pain and their blood cells do sickle, this is known as a crisis or a pain crisis. And then one treatment for sickle cell disease is through transfusions, and that is to get some of the basically to have more oxygen come into the body. And the most advancements that have been made in sickle cell disease towards a cure is a stem cell transplant. This is still very new, and in working there have only been a handful of successful transplants. And the issue that comes with this is because when a person needs a transplant, they usually has to come from their sibling, and siblings only have a 25% chance of being a match for the HLA, which is the human leukocyte antigen, and that's used to determine. So you would need, the donor would have to have 8 out of the 10 markers to be a match for there to be a chance of having a successful transplant. So this is why siblings are looked at the most. And that is the most that has been researched. And with a successful stem cell transplant, the person with sickle cell, their body would start to produce healthy red blood cells until there is an abundance of them to where their body is no longer able to produce blood cells that sickle, resulting in possibly a cure for sickle cell disease. The best thing right now that as health educators they could do for sickle cell is to raise awareness for this disease, because there's so many people suffering from it and not enough people know about it.